stories in and around Japan of interest to me, TokyoBill. Today is September 13th, 2025. But before I forget, here are a couple of events taking place starting this weekend. Shiba Oktoberfest Autumn 2025, taking place in Shiba Park. Oktoberfest begins on the 12th, that's Friday, and runs for the next week and a half until September 23rd. Entry is 500 yen admission with pay-as-you-go beers. The following day, Saturday, September 13th until the 15th, is Beer Fest Yokohama 2025. This is one of Japan's longest running craft beer festivals. Gives you the chance to try over 100 types of beers from many brewers around the country and from overseas, but with the not so low admission price of 6,300 yen, you might want to check their website first and see if there are any discount deals. Hope to see you there. Cheers. And on to the news. Kokichi Akuzawa achieved his goal last month of becoming the oldest person to summit Mount Fuji at age 102, an accomplishment noted by Guinness World Records. He almost gave up during the climb, noting it was much more difficult for him than his previous climb, but support from friends and family helped him persevere. Akuzawa completed the climb with 2 nights of camping on the trail after 3 months of training. He appreciates climbing for the camaraderie it fosters and that anyone can participate, and while he's not a young man anymore, his determination remains strong. Though he hopes to continue climbing, he acknowledges he may only attempt much smaller mountains in the future, spending more time painting scenes he's viewed from the top of Mount Fuji. A tornado hit the city of Makinohara in Shizuoka Prefecture during Typhoon Peipa last week, one of the strongest recorded in the country. The winds reached about 270 kilometers per hour and were rated 3 on the enhanced Fujita scale, which tops at 5. As of Monday afternoon, 89 people were reported injured, and around 1,900 properties suffered damage or flooding. Chubu Electric Power Grid reported that power was restored to all affected homes in Makinohara by late afternoon. Shizuoka Governor Yasutomo Suzuki emphasized the importance of preventing disaster-related deaths during the lengthy recovery process following the storm. The weather agency confirmed the presence of a level 3 tornado after assessing the damage. A Japanese study found that higher calcium intake during pregnancy is linked to a lower risk of depressive symptoms in children. Led by researchers from Ehime University, the study looked at 873 mother-child pairs in southwestern Japan and Okinawa when the children were 13 years old. It calculated mothers' calcium intake based on their diets and assessed children's depressive symptoms using a standard questionnaire. Results showed that 28% of children in the lowest calcium intake group had depressive symptoms, compared to 19% in the highest intake group. The highest intake group consumed about 675 milligrams of calcium daily, close to the recommended amount. Researcher Yoshihiro Miyake noted that mother's calcium intake likely affects children's emotions, though more studies are needed. A customer at popular casual restaurant chain Saizeriya was told the kids' all-you-can-drink drink bar service cost 300 yen, despite the menu clearly showing the price as 100 yen. It was explained to him that the 100 yen price applied when ordering one other item, not as a standalone order, though this was not outlined in the menu, and turned out not to be official pricing. Concerned about potential overcharges affecting other customers, he decided to write a letter to the company's president, questioning servers' understanding about pricing. Following his letter, Saizeriya issued a public apology and clarified its billing method, promising to address overcharging and improve staff training. The man appreciated their sincere response, noting the appreciation for companies acting quickly on customer issues. Think sushi and you think of fish, but Shibuya-based Vegan Sushi Tokyo aims to provide vegan and vegetarian options, especially for foreign visitors wanting to experience sushi in Japan. Opened by Shu Kudo in June 2024, the restaurant offers a unique menu, including a vegan sushi set and desserts like vegan dorayaki. Kudo, who became a vegan due to animal rights concerns, recognized the challenges that vegans face in Japan, particularly with limited sushi choices. Veganism is not a common lifestyle in Japan, so restaurants like Vegan Sushi Tokyo has become a welcome foodie hotspot, especially for foreign tourists, and is recognized for its innovative take on sushi featuring local vegetable ingredients. Additionally, Kudo is considering expanding overseas if he can find investors who also see the potential of the vegan market. A global boom in matcha is driving up the price of tea leaves, creating what some call a matcha bubble. The rising demand has made it hard for Japanese producers to keep up, with foreign tourists now dominating matcha workshops in Tokyo, attracted by its taste, health benefits, and lower caffeine levels as compared to coffees. Exports of Japanese green tea have been rising for 5 years, prompting farmers to ship land to produce more matcha. However, processors are struggling with demand, especially from the US and Europe. Early innovations in matcha desserts and marketing by brands like Häagen-Dazs have finally made the flavor highly desirable to a broader audience. South Korea has announced it will not attend the memorial ceremony on September 13th for miners at the Sado Island gold mines in Japan, marking the second year in a row it has chosen to stay away. These mines, designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2024, were worked by many miners from the Korean peninsula. The South Korean government requested that the ceremony include a clear acknowledgement that these miners were forcibly brought to work at the mines, but no agreement was reached with Japan. Instead, South Korea plans to hold its own ceremony on the island in the autumn, continuing its absence from the official events. Yoshimasa Hayashi, Japan's chief cabinet secretary, refrained from commenting further on South Korea's decision. Domestic banks have been reducing the number of branches since the 2010s, due in part to online banking. Current staff shortages, exacerbated by retirements, are now leading banks in more rural areas to consider midday closures to lessen the workout on remaining staff. Mizuho Bank started lunchtime closures at 3 branches, while MUFG Bank plans to do the same at several branches in the coming months. During these closures, branches will stop service for 1 hour from 11:30 a.m., but with ATM service still available. According to the Regional Banks Association of Japan, about 90% of members are practicing this modification in hours. Bank operating hours remain from 9 o'clock a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m., but a 2016 law amendment allows changes if it doesn't inconvenience customers. A Labrador Retriever in Shiga Prefecture has been recognized by the Otsu Kita police station for helping to find a missing elderly woman. On July 28th, a report was made about the woman missing in Otsu. The dog, named Heart, began her search at around 11 p.m. by sniffing the woman's pillow cover to track her scent. This led to the discovery of the woman on a road a couple of hours later. Police Chief Keisuke Yasuda expressed gratitude to Heart for her quick work and presented her with a bone-shaped treat. Heart's owner, Tomoko Tobita, and her trainer, Tessei Sugimoto, were also acknowledged. All 3 were presented letters of gratitude. A woman has sued a hospital in Osaka Prefecture for billing her Chinese mother 3 times the rate for uninsured Japanese patients for treatment of a brain tumor in 2022. The woman's mother came to Japan in 2019 but could not return to China due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Granted special residency status, she could remain in Japan but not qualify for Japanese national health insurance. After being diagnosed in 2022, the hospital billed her approximately 6.75 million yen. The family requested a lower fee, but the hospital refused, stating that foreign patients without insurance are charged at a higher rate. The woman argues this practice is discriminatory and violates human rights. The hospital has not yet commented on the lawsuit. Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba announced his resignation on September 7th, just before a ruling Liberal Democratic Party leadership election. Long-standing practice within the LDP is for leaders to resign after major electoral defeats. Counter to this, Ishiba had unusually resisted calls to resign following the loss of the LDP Komeito majority in the upper house, urging his party to fulfill its responsibility to the country. However, internal turmoil and declining support from party members ultimately made his position untenable. With the resignation of LDP Secretary General Hiroshi Moriyama and other top executives, Ishiba finally decided to bow out. The LDP is now on the lookout for someone else to take the reins. Beverage giant Kirin has developed tableware designed to enhance the perceived saltiness and umami flavors in food, aiming to support lower salt diets in response to rising health concerns regarding excessive salt consumption. The tableware introduces a mild electric current to food. This current draws sodium ions closer, thus amplifying the tongue's perception of saltiness. A preliminary test described the experience as an immediate and noticeable enhancement of saltiness with a perceived deepening of flavor. This innovation aligns with growing global health consciousness and the expanding market for reduced salt alternatives. Kirin intends to introduce this product internationally by 2026. Japan's Defense Ministry reported the first sighting of China's newest aircraft carrier, the Fujian, in the East China Sea. Launched in 2022 and intended for deployment sometime this year, the Fujian was spotted sailing near disputed islands on September 11th. A patrol aircraft confirmed the Fujian and two guided missile destroyers were about 200 kilometers from Uotsurushima Island. No aircraft were on the Fujian's deck, and the ships did not enter Japanese waters. The Fujian is believed to be the world's largest conventionally powered warship, featuring a flat flight deck and an electromagnetic catapult system, distinguishing it from China's other carriers. Its operational deployment is likely to impact any potential conflicts involving Taiwan, and is expected to be at the forefront of China's military capabilities. Japan has reached a record high of nearly 100,000 people aged 100 or older, marking the 55th consecutive year of increase. Women represent 88% of this group. Japan has the longest life expectancy globally and is experiencing rapid aging due to healthier diets and a low birth rate. The oldest living woman is 114 years old, and the oldest man is 111. Factors contributing to longevity include lower obesity rates, a focus on healthy eating, and encouragement of daily exercise routines. Some studies question the accuracy of centennial numbers due to reporting errors and missing birth records. Still, it's a marked difference since 1963, when centennial surveys began, where Japan had the lowest population of those over 100 among the G7 nations at 153. On Friday, German animal protection group, the Society for the Rescue of Dolphins, submitted a petition with approximately 16,000 signatures to the Japanese embassy in Germany, calling for an end to the killing and capture of dolphins in Taichi, Wakayama Prefecture. The petition was initiated following the commencement of the current dolphin hunting season on September 1st in western Japan, which utilizes the traditional drive hunt method. Additionally, the organization presented a comparable number of signatures to the Danish embassy, requesting a suspension of dolphin hunts conducted in the Faroe Islands. The opening day of the hunt in Taiji was marked by a protest of about a dozen individuals displaying banners under police observation. This hunting season is expected to continue through the following spring. That brings us to the end of news items for the week ending September 13th. These and other stories you can read at theTokyoBill.com. I've been, and remain, Tokyo Bill. Thank you for listening, and take care.